Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Took a couple days off from making videos, so I just wanted to say that we're fine, everything is okay. I had the last 2 days off, so this is actually about 3 o'clock in the morning. What's today's date, Heath?
The 11th, I think?
The 11th? Okay, it's
Yeah.
November 11th, which is Veterans Day. I knew it was Veterans Day, I just didn't know what the date itself was. And right now it's about 3 o'clock in the morning. We tried going to bed and none of us could sleep, so everybody just got back up. So anyway, first of all, happy Veterans Day to all my fellow veterans out there. It's we have a great country, we really truly do, and it's all the volunteers that go out there and make it great. So I want a lot of people to remember that. I mean, we do not have a draft, haven't had a draft since the 70s. So anybody else that's been in the military since then, it's all been volunteer. Okay, just want to put that out there for some people because I don't think a lot of people still realize that. But anyway, I want to do a quick thing about the election here. First of all, I was very happy that Mr. Trump won. I personally never liked Hillary Clinton, and have my own reasons. But to each their own. If whatever candidate you supported, that's your choice. And
Bernie for life.
yeah, my kids both love Bernie. But the thing is, it's like we all have the right to our opinion, and the fact that the reaction, and this is what I find funny. Okay, I'm gonna bring this up here. When Obama won two elections in a row, you didn't see a certain segment of the population going out rooting and rioting and acting like lunatics. Okay, we didn't pull people out of cars and beat them because they were white or black, I should say. You didn't see white people pulling people, and this is not all. Okay, so I don't. First of all, please don't generalize just to think that I'm saying all black people. Okay, but you had a certain group of black people that right now we're pulling. There's videos of it, and this is the thing, is what I hate is that the media makes it a black and white thing. So they'll show the black kids pulling a white guy out of a car and beating him because they think he voted for Trump, and they all have it on video, and it's going viral on Facebook and stuff like that now. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. If your candidate doesn't win, you suck it up and you move on. There was some university, I believe it was Yale, that was letting them have optional whether to take the midterm exams because they were so upset about the election. I mean, come on, what have we taught our kids today? What have we turned our kids into? I mean, there's the whole country's a mess in that aspect. It really truly is. And be you a Trump supporter or not a Trump supporter, if you were a Hillary supporter, you got involved, you voiced your opinion. For some people it turned out the way they wanted, and some people it didn't. I had somebody on Facebook that I know. Actually, it's my cousin's ex-girlfriend, who is his son, her son. They had a child together. So he's my second cousin, so it's his mother. We've been friends on Facebook for years, and she was all super pro-Hillary, putting all this type of stuff on Facebook, pro-Hillary stuff and all that, and whatever, that's her own opinion. So I was obviously working the night that Trump won, so we were, at 2:30 in the morning when they finally called it and said that Trump won. I put on her Facebook, I said, hey, I hope you have a great day, I know I'm going to. She knew I was supporting Trump. And she writes back with this hate-filled tirade. He's a piece of SH, and if you supported him, you're a piece of SH, and all this type of stuff. So I replied to her comment with that's not very nice, LOL. And then she wrote back some other tirade with a lot of F words in it and stuff like that. And I said, I was just like, I basically laughed at her. Well, she deleted me as a friend and blocked me. And I thought to myself, how childish is that? We all have the right to our opinions. And I'm going to tell you another story. The night of the election, one of the nurses that I work with that works on evening shift. She said, you know, Ed, she says, I know we have different political views, because obviously she voted for Hillary. Um, you know, she said, I know we have different political views. She says, but what I like about you is you're open-minded enough to appreciate somebody else having a different opinion. And, you know, the media is going to turn this into a white and black thing again, which is ridiculous because a lot of white people voted for Hillary, a lot of black people voted for Trump, a lot of Hispanic people voted for Trump. Let me break down one thing real quick, and this is what the problem in our country is, and I've said it for years and years and years. Okay, I am not a white man. I am an American. Okay, that's what I am. Everybody else that has been born in this country are also Americans. They're not an African American or a black. They're not an Hispanic American. They're not an Asian American. You're an American. As soon as we can wrap our brains around the fact that we're all Americans and that we are all in this together, we're never going to come together as a people, as a human race. What people do to each other, it never ceases to amaze me, the cruelty that people will have for each other. So I just wanted to kind of do this video, just you know, it amazes me what we do to each other as human beings. It really truly does. You know, Mr. Trump in his acceptance speech said something, and if he does that one thing, if he does this one thing, I will call it a successful 4 years. He said, we're going to rebuild the infrastructure of this country. If he does that, the millions of people that he will put to work, and the good that he will do for the country, because our infrastructure in this country, meaning our waterways, our bridges, our electrical system, it all needs to be revamped. It all needs to be fixed. Okay, he'll put people to work, and that's what he does. He's a businessman, and so hopefully he runs his country like a business and turns it into something very good, because I think he can. And, you know, all of a sudden, you know, and this is what I laugh about, you know, he talks about deporting the illegal aliens, and people get all up in arms and stuff like that he hates Mexican people. No, he doesn't hate Mexican people. He hates people that are here illegally, regardless of what color they are. The fact that we have an open border and people streaming through into this country, that's what he has a problem with. We need to take care of our own, and we need to start with taking care of our veterans. That's number one, okay? Quick story again, let me go on to something else. I have a gentleman that I know, actually he's my son's tutor, and he works in the prison system, and he has a friend of his that works for the VA. So these guys will come in to get help, okay? And they have to have an address. Well, a lot of these guys are homeless. So they use the address of the VA hospital. So instead of saying, okay, you're here today, and they go on their laptop or computer and say, okay, your next appointment is going to be XYZ, they send them a letter. Well, where do they send that letter to? They send the letter to the VA hospital. Well, they don't live at the VA hospital because they're homeless. Okay? So how stupid is that? That needs to be fixed. That's something that needs to be fixed. We need to take care of our vets. You know, there was the draft way back, obviously, for the Vietnam War. There was a draft, but like I said, since the mid '70s, the draft has been gone, and it's been a volunteer army ever since then. And we have a lot of young men and women, especially in the last 15 years, that have volunteered, gone off to war, fought, come back with a myriad of problems, and we're not taking care of them. That is wrong. Okay, so that's my thing today. Happy Veterans Day again to my fellow veterans, and I hope everybody's doing well. We're okay, and life moves on. All right, guys, love each other. Really, just stop the hatred. That's the biggest thing. It's not about color. It's not about, you know, religion. It's not about sexual orientation. We're human beings. Let's treat each other like that. Okay? Have respect for each other. All right, everybody. Have a great day. Proper Nurse 1 out for now.